YouTube, what is up? It's your boy King TY. Make sure you follow me on IG. Make sure you follow me King TY on Twitter. Actually, my Twitter might be Black Economics. I gotta change it to King TY. I'm still getting my shit together. But in this video, I want to talk about Takeoff'S funeral, right? Because I got to thinking, I started seeing, some things about his funeral. They said it's going to be held at State Farm Arena. And one of the first things that came across my mind was, who's profiting off of this funeral? Because it seems to me like it's a concert. You know what I'm saying? I want to pull up a picture real quick of the musical selection. And I want to highlight that the musical selection was majority of the funeral. And it's just very odd to me that it will be so. So before I start the video, I want to just show you what I'm talking about. And it's just funny how people profit off of us while we're in times of need and shit like that. So let me pull up this video or this picture. I'm sorry. So as you can see on this picture, I titled, is it a funeral or is it a concert? So this is the order of the service right here. So first we're going to start with a musical prelude. Then we're going to start with, then we're going to follow that by a musical welcome. A prelude is essentially a welcome. So why do you need a prelude and a welcome? It's just a way to make this shit into a sort of a concert. Then we got a processional, scripture reading, prayer, and then another musical selection. Then we got a poem, legacy of Takeoff, video montage, personal reflections, another musical selection. Personal reflections, another musical selection. Words of comfort, a musical interlude, which is another musical selection, and then another musical selection. I think that's funny. I think that's very, very funny. So I want to now go back into this article. Now, on this article, it says Takeoff funeral services to be held at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Tickets sold out. So they literally had tickets to a funeral. State Farm Arena took it upon themselves, I guess. Not sure how all the details work out. I've been trying to find some more details, but State Farm says we got tickets to a funeral. I haven't heard anybody mention anything about this. Nobody's said anything about the tickets. They're making a concert and profiting off this man's funeral. Let's keep reading. So Takeoff'S death set an outgoing grief around Atlanta and a larger hip-hop community. The artist was shot and killed last week at a Houston bowling alley in an incident that authorities there continue to investigate, with no named suspects and little information about the exact moments in which Takeoff was shot. His death set an outpouring of grief around Atlanta and a larger hip-hop community, which has remembered the 28-year-old as a creative genius and gift lyricist who was poised to do big things beyond his run with the iconic rap group Migos. Celebration of life ticket information for Takeoff. Okay. The services are set to be held at State Farm Arena on Friday, November 11th at noon, with doors opening at 11 a.m. They will be overseen by Lil Bum's New Mercy Church and senior pastor Reverend Jesse Kearney III. According to the arena in downtown Atlanta, tickets were made available at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. On Wednesday at noon, the arena said tickets were sold out and that capacity for the event was reached. Those who bought a ticket must be a Georgia resident, and they were free of charge. Those who wish to pay their respects could get tickets at Ticketmaster. Okay. So what they said was 2 p.m. The tickets went on sale 2 p.m. on Tuesday. On Wednesday at noon, the tickets were sold out. How many free tickets were there? How many free tickets were there if you're going to follow that statement by saying those who wish to pay their respects could get tickets from Ticketmaster? So how many free tickets were given out? And how many tickets were paid for via Ticketmaster? I want to know that because there was 20,000 people at the stadium. With 20,000 people at the stadium. So how many free tickets were given versus how many tickets were paid for? I promise you there were a limited number of free tickets. The majority of the tickets that you had to get were the ones that you had to pay for. I promise you that. Let's keep reading. Public Memorial will follow a strict no photo policy and no video policy. They said, but that's not true because you had media in there like a motherfucker recording the performances. So that's a lie. All this shit is deceptive, man. All devices will be checked. Additionally, the arena said no fans were not able to secure tickets or strongly not to come downtown. No gifts or items will be permitted around. And this is interesting. The family asked in lieu of flowers and gifts and donations should be made to the Rocket Foundation, which was recently established to support programs which are saving lives through proven community-based solutions to prevent gun violence. Okay, now let me ask you this. What is State Farm Arena doing with the money they collected with the tickets? First, they don't mention how many tickets were available to pay for or how many tickets were free, nor do they mention what they're doing with their proceeds of the money. So, but it just so happens that the family of Takeoff are giving their money to donations. What is State Farm Arena doing with the money that they collected off of that funeral? What are they doing with it? Our musicians, our entertainers, they're products even in death. Even in death, they're a product. There will be some way to make sure that a profit is made in life or death. As you can see with Pop Smoke, songs blew up after he died, became extremely popular. Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, same thing. PNB, same thing. And in life or death, they will find a way to make some money off of you. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. But I just wanted to shed some light on that because nobody has mentioned anything about this. Who's profiting off of this shit? A big ass celebration like that? They made a concert of that shit. They made a concert and charged people to come because they knew it was going to attract attention. Another way to make money off of black people, as we see over and over and over again. I want to play this video by this director, this white guy. He used to direct a lot of the videos. He used to direct a lot of videos in terms of, with our black guys. And he goes into a lot of details about some of the things that goes on in the industry. He talks about a lot of things that go on in the industry, and it's kind of alarming because everything that he's saying is 100% correct. 100% correct. Let me find this video. Forget the name of it. Where we at?
You have to think about it. I love it.
No, that's not it. Give me 1 second. Did I download it? I'm not sure if I downloaded it. You know what? I'll go to my YouTube channel and play it. Yeah, I'll do it that way. I thought I had the video, but basically this video is this this dude. How I look there, I am on live. This dude is just really talking about what goes on in the media. He's talking about what goes on. He's talking about the insurance. He's talking about different things that go heavy, and are relevant to what's happening right now in terms of our brother Takeoff being, passing, and then all of a sudden they're profiting off of Takeoff, even in his passing. It's just extremely crazy. All right. So here's the video. I'm finna share the screen with y'all.
Something I have a unique experience in. So I directed a bunch of rappers, people like Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty, the list goes on and on and on. Okay. I learned a lot of things, and I have left the industry largely over my political beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news, from trying to get videos and things like that. So here's the truth. Truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers, who's not dying? Record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex. Period. The industry is obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people. You're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example? Stand up. I challenge you. Be the example. Make music about the culture you want to see. Don't just get online today and talk about how, whenever a rapper makes it, his own people take him down. Don't just make those videos. Don't be sad. Don't rest in peace. None of that stuff. Be the change you want to see. Inspire it in your community. Reach out to other rappers and say, we have to stop. We're being used. You've been used for a long time. They create this paradigm to make you believe that you're so important and your celebrity status is worth so much, but in truth, you're a pawn in their game and you always have been. The government has wanted to hold down communities of people in different ways through different methods for a very long time. Their method in the Black community has been to use entertainment to create a culture obsessed with death, drugs, sex, and money so that they could create a false paradigm of what happiness and what success really was. And in doing so, they created a world that also made people more dependent on government, and as a result, gave themselves more power. The record executives that push you to do this, to go and continue to profit off the backs of your work, they're in cahoots with the elite. They're in cahoots with the government. They want you to think you're important, but in truth, you're just doing their dirty work for them, so stop. They've empowered you in ways that are real. You have an audience, you have platforms, you have the ability to make change. So go against the grain together. They're more afraid of you all together standing up and creating a new culture that's built around family, faith, freedom, doing the right thing, valuing life, than they are of anything else. So I challenge you, use your power to do the right things. If you continue to do the same thing you've done, more rappers like this are going to die.
Even in death.
I don't tell you that.
Even in death, they're
to do your video,
taking the lives.
They do it because they know
Take that off. But even in death, you see what I'm saying? There's profiting off of our rapper, and it's a system that is a very tight system in a sense where they know exactly what's going to happen. They know exactly what's going to happen, and they know even in death that they can profit off of it. this video getting a little bit long, man. I just wanted to bring that to light and share that with you guys, so you too could see they want a profit in life or death, and that's really what it comes down to. And creating a narrative, using these rappers to create a narrative, to create ideals, and programming the people, the young minds that are impressionable. But make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. I'm just going to keep coming back with hot fire like this every day. Every day. Let's take off. Peace out.